Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 77 and today we are starting things off on top of my new villager breeder that I just recently built in the Evil Island. This thing was completely constructed in the previous episode. We've got a full new villager breeder, we've got a new villager sorting system, and we've also got ourselves a new villager trading hall. So this is all really good stuff. But we don't have any villagers in it, and at this point in time, these two don't seem to be being very romantic. I'm currently recording this on Valentine's Day, and there is no Valentine's Day stuff happening here, so we need to try our best to fix this. And I imagine it just has something to do with food. Who on earth did this? What? There is a gigantic creeper hole in the side of my power beam. This is perfect. Now I have got an inventory just full of total rubbish, so that's not the most useful thing in the world, but I'm going to fill up this sugar box right here with tons upon tons of carrots, and hopefully that will do the trick. I mean, that's not the best of news. So I wonder if it's not a food thing. I wonder if it's more of a trading thing. Maybe I have to trade with these guys a little bit to get them back to being willing. I'm just trying to think of all the things that could be affecting this. I mean, I've built the farm correctly. It should all be working. I'm not sure. Anyway, I've now unlocked all the trades of both of these villagers. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm gonna wait here for love hearts and hopefully they appear soon. So, I've been sat there for about an hour waiting for things to spawn, and I thought, after nothing came of it, I thought, you know what, I should probably watch the video back. I missed a block. I missed a very important block. He referred to it in the video as the key block, because it's the one that is used to validate the village, and it's the block that goes in between the doors. Only I could forget that one! And boom. There it is. Right, let's see what happens now. Oh yeah. There we go. There was some love hearts appearing on the screen. Phew. I was scared that everything was broken and we were never going to get any villagers coming out of this thing. But it looks like it is functioning. We are getting some breeding happening. So the baby villagers will pop into there. They'll then go through, well, they'll grow up into adults, then grow up into this water stream, drop down through that water, be scared off by that zombie, and then drop down into their cells. Okay, still a few bits to do. We need to get all of the minecarts in place. And, well, there's lots that we need to do, in fact. Okay, so each one of these dispensers right here has got one full double chest of minecarts, which should be enough to do, well, a bunch of villagers. We should be able to get a whole ton of villagers through the system before we have to replace them. Now it's time to remove the world's ugliest bridge from this area. In fact, no, I don't know if it is the world's ugliest bridge, because Grian's bridge is significantly uglier than mine. I mean, that thing is made out of dirt, sandstone, literally every single block that's disgusting it's been constructed out of. Whoa, yep, nitwit just grew. So now we see what happens. Oh wow. Okay, so I've been waiting for that to happen, and then I immediately fall, so I can't actually see. But it looks like he's fallen into the correct place, which is brilliant. Okay, so if we request a minecart here, yeah, I should probably put some glass in place to stop that from happening. Regardless, if I then drop him down into this part of the system, what happens then? Okay. That was a good sound. Now we actually have to go up and over. But he has ended up here. And okay, that first space he can't actually get into. But the second space he has fallen into. So there we go. We now have a villager in the system. Alright, there's a few things that we definitely need to rework. But that's very good. So let's try again with this other villager. So if we hit this button here, then that will drop him down into the system. Good. He probably shouldn't take damage, but that's It's not the end of the world. And if we want to kill him, we know that's going to work. But the push across system, oh, that's perfect. So he goes straight across. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave these two to it, and I'm going to go AFK overnight. We're going to try our best to get as many of these little baby villagers as possible, so then we can actually start loading up this system with our villagers, because I'm jealous of Iskall, essentially. This is all out of pure jealousy for Iskall. No way! No! I'm in shock. Did I just look at that guy? Oh my word, there's all sorts of things going on. Pancakes are extremely yummy. I mean, I can't quite believe it. This has never happened to me before. I always knew it was a thing. I totally forgot to put the roof. The higher roof above the doors. So there's an ender chest up here. I'm confused as to who's been by here. That seemed like a Grian message, but I'm not 100% certain. Regardless, it seems like the system worked pretty nicely. We have now got ourselves a whole ton of villagers, so we're going to quickly sort our way through them. Now, during this time-lapse chat, I thought it would be a good idea to talk about live streaming, because as you guys know, so over the past couple weeks, I'd kind of been playing with the idea of doing some form of live stream. Then last Sunday, we did the Hermitcraft Big Dig, okay, where we basically, I mean, we kind of set ourselves up to do a long live stream. It was about 5 hours long in the end, which isn't crazy in the world of live streaming, but considering it was my first one in probably about 3 years, it was definitely a good warm-up into things, and it was massively successful from a viewer enjoyment perspective. It seemed like all of you were having a really great time. I was trying my best to keep an eye on the chat, and yeah, everyone seemed to be loving it. We managed to get, I think, near on 23,000 viewers at one point. That was kind of the peak. But the thing that really impressed me was that when I booted up the live stream, I was 100% certain that we were going to get an influx of people that joined the live stream when it first started, and people would be like, oh my word, Mumbo's streaming, that's unexpected, and then they'd watch it for like 2 minutes and then drop straight off. And then I thought we'd reach like a steady level of maybe 3,000 or 4,000 viewers, but no, we managed to maintain just over 20,000 viewers throughout the entire stream, which, you know, as I was first doing it, it was one of my first ones back. Seeing a kind of consistent viewer number throughout 5 hours of live streaming is definitely promising, and I heavily enjoyed it. And I just wanted to say that we are actually going to be doing another one. That hole isn't going to dig itself, so I'm going to be working on that this Sunday. Same time once again, 2 PM GMT is when it's going to be starting, and I'm going to keep going as long as I possibly can. And we are going to be building the fully automatic TNT miners. So I think I've got about 40 of them to build in total. And they're going to be going back and forth, gradually destroying the 1.2 million blocks we need to clear out to create this ridiculous witch farm. So I'm excited for it. Put it in your diaries, and please be sure to come along, because yeah, it was a blast last time. Well, I have to say, that's been pretty successful. So we managed to get ourselves a bunch of really awesome villagers, including this dude right here. Okay, that's just Respiration 2, so that's not the best one. Efficiency 5, there we go, for 22 emeralds. And then we also have this Toolsmith, which gives us Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 3 for 14 emeralds. And then we have a Silk Touch villager over here. The only one that we don't have is Mending, but that's not really a big deal at this point in time, because there's a Mending 10 villager over at Impulse's trading store. So I can now really cheaply craft up Efficiency 5, Unbreaking 3, Silk Touch, Mending pickaxes within my own base. Nice. Where did the villager... So I left a villager out of the system so that I could put him up there in the top section, and he's gone? What happened to him? What's happened? Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to take this villager right here with channeling, which isn't the best enchantment in the world, and put him in the breeder. Alright, let's see if we can get this guy up there. That looked fast. Hopefully he doesn't fly off the end. And now, just easy does it, easy does it, easy does it. Boom. Okay, so we then need this. Then we need the sea lantern. That apparently is a very important block. And then we need the 2 doors. And that makes this thing a village. So let's do something about protecting that guy so he never turns into a witch again. Now what I'm thinking is that we just build up a massive area in the sky out of glass that stops any lightning getting down to this thing, because I don't like the idea of any roof on this building, don't want any roof on this building either. So I think if we put it right the way up in the sky, it would actually look pretty cool. What is this gal doing down there? Is he transporting villagers? I think he's actually transporting villagers over to Grian. So these final few glass blocks should hopefully do the trick. And this platform up here is going to stop anything from spawning, or well, not anything from spawning, it's going to stop any lightning strikes from contacting this villager here and also any of the villagers in my trading hall, because I really don't want to lose that efficiency 5 villager. Anyway, aside from all of the villager stuff, there's actually a few bits that I want to do in my base to hopefully improve our experience when it comes to actually putting the items into the villagers, because right now I'm having to go over to my storage system, fill up my inventory with items. It's all a little bit of a mess. So I'm going to add some alternative storage systems into this area right here, which should hopefully make life a little bit easier and also a tiny bit less laggy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a toggle switch type thing which allows me to pick between sending my items into that part of the storage system or sending them into a slightly smaller shulker box storage system that will literally just be here. I mean, it's just going to be 1, maybe 2 double chests that will gradually fill up with shulker boxes that I can then pick up and take over to the villager trading hall so that I can do all of my villager trading easily. Now, realistically, there are only 2 types of farms that will need this treatment. The carrot and the potato farm, which I'm eventually going to build. That's going to be automated using villagers. So that will need one. And then also the melon and pumpkin farm, which is the one that I'm connecting up now. I really need to work on my redstone resources. I don't know where any of my stuff is. I think towards the end of this episode we need to go through the sorting system and actually fix everything, because it's totally broken. There's stuff in all the wrong places. For now though, I have my fingers very, very, very crossed. Ah! I've bought all the redstone supplies in this place. I'm sorry, Scott. I really need this one dispenser, alright? So, there we go. So I believe the circuit's all done. All I have to do is put some invaluable items, or, I mean, yeah, items that I don't really need that many of into the system. The problem is, all of the stuff that I have is actually pretty useful. Snow layers, on the other hand. Oh, of course, yeah, my farming supplies. What am I doing? I have more melons than anyone, and this farm is producing melons, so it only makes sense that I use melons for my placeholder. Now, granted, it's not the prettiest system in the world, but in theory, it should now all be functioning. So if I put glass over the top of this, all of the items should make their way in there, and if we flick this lever, items will no longer be flowing into here, they will be flowing down into this dropper. And I mean, that looked pretty good. I mean, I have no clue. I can't actually open that shulker box because the comparator is in the way. There's nothing I can really do about that. But yeah, it seems to me like the items are going in correctly. So let's move on from that one and actually fix up the storage system. Time-lapse time. So in today's time-lapse chat, I thought I would give you an update on a few of the projects that I have going on outside of my YouTube channel, because as you guys know, I like to scatter myself and I like to dive headfirst into a bunch of projects all at once and generally just overwhelm myself with things to do. But that's just the way my mind works. I tend to scatter between a bunch of different things. So project number 1 is the filming channel. The filming channel is kind of like an ongoing project for me. And we had a bit of a quiet January with that one just because I was so overwhelmed after the end of last year with all the things that we had going on there. I just took a little bit of time out. But we are now back in action. We're in the middle of filming a mini documentary right now. I'm also filming a video tomorrow with a couple of classic Bentleys in London, which is going to be very interesting. We also have another mini documentary that's in the planning stage, so that's going to be cool, and another filming project that's a little ways off in the future, but definitely has some potential. So there's all sorts of things going on there, and I'm excited for everything. I mean, I absolutely love creating the content for that channel. And then project number 2 is merchandise. Merchandise is something that hasn't really featured on my channel at all over the past maybe 1 or 2 years particularly. And I wanted to change that, and I wanted to change up the way that I create merchandise entirely. So we're currently in the process of creating something that I've never really seen another YouTuber do before, particularly, especially not one of my size. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I cannot wait to get it started and actually have you guys involved in it, because it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be super cool. So we're currently working really hard on that. And then of course project number 3 is the classic alpha GTV 2000. It's gone from being a shell with absolutely no parts on it to now actually having an engine inside. So the engine has been dropped in, and we're kind of on the home straight now. I need to start speccing up ideas for what we're going to do with the interior and the wheels and everything like that, but it's actually coming together and it's actually starting to look like my car with my personal touches in it, and that means the world to me, so I cannot wait for that to be finished. And now I can actually clear out my backlog of items that I have lying around here, and I'm so scared. I'm so scared to just put a subscribe block in there, because I can just feel that that's what's going to happen. Why are these guys not breeding again? Like, seriously. I am lost on this whole situation. We have been here for hours since my villager trading session. Like, literally hours. And we have not had a single new villager. What I'm hoping is it's a mixture of hunger for some bizarre reason again, and a mixture of lack of trading. So you can see I'm kind of prepared for both of those things. So I just threw a bunch of food in, and they actually picked it up. And now love hearts are happening. I'm so confused, because I don't understand. Do villagers... Look, okay, so that guy just threw food. Where did it end up? Is it in the water? No, so in theory, all of the food should be kept in the system. I don't understand where this food is going, because it's not dropping out. Where's it disappearing to? I'm so confused by all of this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy literally all of these carrots right here, and I'm going to store them in chests next to the villagers in the hope that if for some bizarre reason they decide to run out of food again, we can easily refill it. I mean, I don't know. I've been here for the best part of 25 minutes. There are love hearts going on, but nothing. I mean, it seems like only one of the villager is giving off love hearts, and I wonder if this is to do with one of the villagers being in there being a farmer, which means that he naturally hoards food. I'm not sure. I'm always really terrible with villager stuff. But yeah, I don't know what to say on that one. I can't quite understand it. They seem willing to breed, but then no babies are actually happening. What happens if I throw more carrots in? Okay, so the issue isn't food. I don't know what the issue could be. Is it trading? Do I have to trade with this guy? Maybe if I throw some pumpkins into the farmer, then that will do the trick. I don't know. Grian has found the issue. He apparently I need to set the mood with candlelight, so hopefully this does the trick. We're about 35 minutes in now, but I mean, the things look like they're improving. This is why I don't invite Grian to places. You're just gonna have to rock it out, mate. Yep. Yeah, that was pretty good. Still no baby. So I've just done some trading with all of these villagers, and I mean they're just love hearts, but there's nothing happening. I wonder if it's this villager up here that is bringing down the happiness of the village, because I killed a few villagers around him earlier on before I moved him up here, so maybe that could be causing the issue. We are now approaching the hour mark. Now Iskal's here, and he's checking out the situation. Oh my, what are the... Just... What are the chances of that? I'm so upset because just go away. I'm so frustrated. Because now, not only, I mean, I'm happy, obviously, it is working, but now Iskall is going to think that he's some kind of Minecraft love guru. Oh, I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. Well, I mean, it works. So we've got ourselves a baby villager. It's literally just Minecraft with its random number generator. Unfortunately, things weren't lining up. And eventually they did. It just so happens that it was when Iskall arrived. I can't believe that. Anyway, I think my work here is done. I think for the next couple of days I'm going to AFK. I'm going to try my best to get as many villagers as possible because I really want to try my best to fill this place up. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please sure to that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.
One.